You are holding a book in your hands that will place a great deal of emphasis on nutrition as a vitally important part of any strategy for dealing with the effects of ADD ADHD. You may, however, be aware that many people are quite critical of an ADD ADHD strategy that majors on healthy eating supplemented by essential vitamins and oils. This may come as a surprise until you ask a few questions about the background and credentials of the critics. As it turns out, several of the individuals who are most vocal about the flaws of a nutrition-based strategy have a financial incentive in maintaining the status quo. IbisWorld, an industry research firm, estimates that the ADHD drug industry is approximately $10.5 billion. I suppose that, on one level, you cannot blame them. If you have successfully created a cash cow, it is perhaps only natural that you will react with alarm when someone threatens its ability to inflate your profit statement. We should note, however, that individuals and companies who perpetuate the wholesale profit-driven medication of a significant part of an entire generation cannot be relied upon to provide the most accurate and objective information about how best to deal with ADD ADHD. I invite you, in light of the above, to ignore the naysayers and consider the very real benefits that a nutrition-based strategy can deliver. Nutrition-based strategies allow you to experiment with less radical solutions. Doctors do not treat a slight pain in the arm by immediately opting for amputation. In the vast majority of cases, they will arrive at an effective diagnosis and treatment without making use of radical measures. It seems, however, that conventional wisdom is thrown out of the window when it comes to the treatment of A.D.D ADHD. Here the accepted method is to follow diagnosis with the most radical treatment possible: huge doses of psychostimulant drugs. Our approach is the exact opposite. We recognize that A.D.D ADHD is a multifaceted condition and that there are many different ways to address it. Starting off with a strategy based on sound nutritional principles is perhaps the least invasive way to address the issue, and is often a large part of the solution. Nutrition-based strategies recognize the crucial links between the things we eat and brain function. Most cases of A.D.D ADHD can be traced back to brain function. These problems are often caused by the absence of the building blocks needed to build the neurotransmitters that allow different parts of the nervous system to communicate. Many nutrients, vitamins, and minerals can be found in the foods we eat, and when they're available, these nutrients are key ingredients for the brain to build a healthy and smart brain. Managing the energy available to the brain is a key to combating A.D.D ADHD. The brain uses a disproportionate amount of energy when compared to other parts of the body. It makes up about 3% of body weight but uses about 20% of the energy. Nutritional strategies, especially those centered on low GI foods, can ensure that the brain is sufficiently powered up to fulfill its vital functions. Nutrition-based strategies are much less risky than the alternatives. Perhaps the single most important benefit of a nutrition-based strategy is the fact that you address the symptoms of A.D.D ADHD in a natural way. Medicating A.D.D ADHD with stimulants comes with all kinds of strings attached. It is well documented that ADHD drugs can lead to addiction, affect motivation, stunt growth, radically change personality, and lead to long-term behavioral issues and even suicides. All of these unwelcome side effects will obviously not happen to every person in every case, but the fact that their occurrence are associated with these drugs should, at the very least, prompt a long hard look at the need for them if they are prescribed. Nutrition-based strategies can help you to avoid the medicalization of ADD ADHD. A one-way ticket into the world of professional medicine is often the result of an A.D.D ADHD diagnosis. In the vast majority of cases, it will be followed up with prescriptions, consultations, and further exams. The merry-go-round presented as treatment is tiresome, frightening, and expensive for the patient. The ironic outcome of all of this is that it places so much focus on the condition that it can lead the patient to obsess about ADD ADHD rather than getting on with the job of managing it and alleviating the symptoms. This process is avoided by following a nutrition-based strategy that provides ways in which the condition can be managed in natural and home-based ways. It should be noted that in some cases a strategy centered on good nutrition and appropriate supplements may not be enough to alleviate the issues. It is my firm belief, however, that this will be a minority and that the 3 steps approach should first be tried before going for the nuclear option known as medication. I am also convinced that there are many other approaches not involving medication that can follow on from a nutrition-based strategy. Bottom line, we need to get the basics right first, and nutrition can play a crucial role in helping us to do just that.